Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets buried in corporate filings. And today we're digging into some juicy news about a major player in the mining world. Newmont Corporation, get ready because we've got a CEO transition and some interesting compensation details that are worth a closer look. And if you like getting these kinds of direct insights into what really matters in the corporate world, make sure you subscribe. Also, come join our growing community on Discord. The link is in the description below. So, the big news here is a leadership shake. Tom Palmer, the current Chief Executive Officer, is stepping down at the end of this year, the 31st of December to be exact. He has been at the helm, and now the company is bringing in Natasha Viljoen to take over as President and CEO starting the 1st of January 2026. This is part of their long-term plan to develop new leaders, and Ms. Viljoen seems to be a natural fit. Ms. Viljoen is not new to the executive team. In May of this year, she was promoted to President and Chief Operating Officer, which was a recognition of her strong leadership. She has been managing global operations, projects, and even things like health, safety, and environmental teams. She's been working closely with Mr. Palmer and the rest of the executive team on the company's strategic direction. It sounds like she's been groomed for this for a while. Let's talk a bit about Ms. Viljoen's background. She is 55 years old and joined Newmont as executive team back in October 2023 as Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer. She brings over 30 years of experience in the mining industry. Before Newmont, she was the Chief Executive Officer of Anglo-American S Platinum business in South Africa from 2020 to 2022. She also has a pretty extensive background in processing and other corporate functions, spending 6 years at Lonmin Education. Wise, she is a metallurgic engineer with a Bachelor of Engineering and an Executive MBA, so she has clearly got the technical chops and leadership experience. Now, this is interesting. To make sure this transition is as smooth as possible, Mr. Palmer is just walking away completely. He's going to serve as a strategic advisor to Ms. Viljoen and the executive team until the 31st of March 2026. This is a pretty common practice to ensure that institutional knowledge and strategic continuity are maintained during a leadership change. Let us dive into the compensation details for Ms. Viljoen in her new role as President and CEO. Her base salary will be $1.2 million. She is also eligible for an annual short-term incentive, which is essentially a cash bonus. The target for this bonus is 150% of her base salary, meaning she could potentially earn an extra $1.8 million based on performance. On top of that, she is eligible for long-term equity bonuses. The target for these is $7 million and it will be split between performance share units, or PSUS, and restricted share units, or RSUS. These will be delivered following the terms of Newmont S long-term incentive program. She'll also continue to get other executive benefits, like those mentioned in the company S annual proxy statement. Importantly, the filing states there are no other special arrangements or understandings with anyone else regarding her appointment, and she has no family relationship with any board members or other officers, nor has she been involved in any reportable transactions with the company. Now, regarding Mr. Palmer's transition, he officially gave notice on the 26th of September 2025 that he de-stepped down as CEO and board member at the end of the year. As we mentioned, he'll be a strategic advisor until the 31st of March 2026. The company and Mr. Palmer have entered into a strategic advisory service and transition support agreement. During this advisory period, he'll receive his base salary, and he'll also get the continued vesting of his 2024 Performance Stock Unit Award, provided he stays through the end of the advisory term. This is in exchange for agreeing to a non-compete clause for 12 months after his employment ends. The filing points to Exhibit 10.1 for the full details of this agreement. Mr. Palmer will also be eligible for his retirement benefits, but he will not be eligible for severance benefits. The company also issued a news release on the 29th of September about this CEO leadership transition. This news release is furnished with this filing and can be found as Exhibit 99.1. It is important to note that this information is being furnished, not officially filed, meaning it doesn't directly impact certain sections of securities law in the same way. The filing wraps up by listing the exhibits associated with this report. We've got the transition agreement between Newmont Corporation and Tom Palmer, dated the 28th of September 2025 as Exhibit 10.1. Then there is the news release dated the 29th of September 2025 as Exhibit 99.1. And finally, Exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file, which is embedded within the inline XBRL document. So what is the story here for Newmont? This is a pretty standard well-managed CEO transition. Ms. Viljoen has the experience and has been clearly prepped for this role. The compensation package for her seems in line with executive roles of this magnitude at major corporations, and Mr. Palmer's continued advisory role is a sensible move to ensure a smooth handover. The company is showing that it has a solid succession plan in place, which is usually a good sign for investors. Looking at the broader picture, Newmont is a giant in the gold mining industry. They've been navigating market volatilities and the increasing costs of production. This leadership change comes at a time when the company, like many in its sector, is focused on efficiency, responsible mining practices, and delivering shareholder value. The success of Ms. Viljoen will hinge on her ability to maintain strong operational performance, manage capital expenditures wisely, and adapt to the evolving global economic landscape and the fluctuating prices of precious metals. One key thing to watch will be how Ms. Viljoen approaches the company's strategic priorities inherited from Mr. Palmer, especially concerning new projects and potential acquisitions or divestitures. Given her operational background, we might expect a continued focus on execution and profitability. The advisory role of Mr. Palmer for a few months could also provide valuable insights during this critical handover period. From a shareholder's perspective, this kind of orderly transition is generally viewed positively as it reduces uncertainty. However, the true test will be in the execution and the financial results that follow. Alright, that is our breakdown of Newmont's latest filing. What is your take on this CEO transition and what it signals for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description to connect with other savvy viewers. Thanks for watching. See you next time.